It is all messed up. So they're getting it back together, though. So I'm glad of that.
There were things once considered symbols of consumer savvy, and Costco was among them. But lately, the feeling of buying smart seems to be fading. Membership fees are rising, products disappear without notice, and product quality isn't what it used to be. What's happening inside the retail empire that once had all of America in awe? Comment 1 if you've been a loyal Costco fan. 1. Noticeable decline in product quality. Once seen as a trusted destination for bulk shopping with consistent quality, Costco is now leaving many customers disappointed. Towels that used to withstand countless washes now fray and tear after just a few months of use. Household items like coffee makers, blenders, and even non-stick pans have been reported by users to deteriorate quickly, perform inconsistently, or break down after a short period. The concern isn't just that products are no longer as good, it's the erosion of trust, the very thing that sets Costco apart in the fiercely competitive retail market. It's not just household goods. Fresh food items are also becoming a point of suspicion. Consumers who once loved Costco's trays of fresh strawberries, which stayed good for over a week, now find them moldy after just 2 days in the fridge. Leafy greens wilt quickly, fish have an odd smell, and ground beef shows unusual discoloration. These issues are no longer isolated incidents but are becoming increasingly common and consistent across multiple locations. Particularly notable is the change in the quality of Kirkland, the brand once seen as a hallmark of Costco's private label reliability. Where customers used to confidently choose Kirkland over big-name brands for its trustworthiness, they're now starting to question it. Some Kirkland products, from toilet paper to cooking oil, are being compared to the cheap offerings at discount supermarket chains, a comparison that would have been unthinkable just a few years ago. Given Costco's signature bulk buying model, the decline in quality doesn't just disappoint, it leads to tangible waste. When a towel frays after 3 washes, you're still left with 5 more you haven't used. When you buy a bulk pack of faulty household items, customers don't just lose money, they also deal with the hassle of warranties and returns, which is far from pleasant. Trust, the precious asset Costco once held, is slowly being eroded by the very things that built its reputation. And when consumers start questioning every item on the shelves, it's not just a minor issue. It's a warning bell for a business model once thought invincible. 2. Rising membership fees turn customers away. For many American consumers, a Costco membership card was once a badge of smart spending. For an annual fee, you could enter a world of discounted prices, quality products, and the feeling of being part of an elite group of savvy savers. But now, with the basic membership fee rising to $65 and the executive plan exceeding $120, that joy is giving way to hesitation and doubt. At first glance, the price hike might not seem significant, just a few dollars a year. But in an era of rising costs and tight budgets, this expense becomes a less appealing equation. To break even on a $65 basic membership, consumers need to save at least that amount annually through Costco purchases. However, many families are finding they're only saving around $150 or even less compared to the several $100s they used to save. As a result, the value of the membership model is being called into question. Worse still, these changes often happen quietly with little transparency. Customers typically receive a fee increase notice without any meaningful improvements in benefits or services. The same shopping experience, the same level of service, but a higher cost. This leaves many feeling undervalued. They aren't consulted, they have no alternative options, and their only choices are to accept it or walk away. The trend of canceling or downgrading memberships is growing, not among new customers, but among Costco's most loyal ones. These are people who've been with Costco for years and who once saw it as a regular destination for their families. But now, when trust is no longer matched by real value, they're starting to pull back. The concern isn't just declining membership fee revenue, it's the erosion of trust, the foundation of Costco's exclusive membership model. When customers have to crunch numbers to figure out if keeping their Costco card is still worth it, the brand's inherent appeal begins to fade. And once that sense of privilege is gone, keeping consumers loyal can't rely solely on stocked shelves or deep discounts. Because in the heart of every shopper, feeling respected and getting fair value is what keeps them coming back for the long haul. 3. Fluctuating inventory and lack of stability. One of the quiet but impactful reasons customers are growing tired of Costco is the unpredictable changes in its product lineup. For many, making a Costco shopping list used to be a stable part of life. They could plan meals, buy weekly or monthly supplies, and trust that their go-to products would always be there. But now, that sense of certainty is slipping away, replaced by the worry, will it even be in stock today? A slew of familiar items from pasta sauce and breakfast cereal to personal care products and cleaning supplies suddenly vanish from shelves without any warning. Last week, your favorite laundry detergent filled an entire aisle. This week, it's gone, replaced by an unfamiliar brand with a scent that makes your whole family grimace. Worst of all, these disappearances often aren't temporary. Many customers are forced to experiment with new products, as if their home has become a testing lab. It's not just products disappearing. Constant brand switching makes shopping at Costco feel more like an adventure than a practical errand. Today, you find the perfect loaf of bread, soft and fragrant. But the next time you return, that brand is replaced by something similar in look, with a nearly identical name but a completely different taste. For loyal customers, this isn't admirable flexibility. It's a sign of instability, clashing with Costco's promise of buying in bulk and using for the long haul. This unpredictability extends to seasonal items, which used to be a big draw during holidays. Now, consumers struggle to predict when New Year's goods will arrive, when Halloween decorations will appear, or what Christmas will bring. Some years, Christmas stock runs out by early December. In other years, summer decorations linger into September. This not only confuses customers, but also disrupts the emotional shopping experience, one of the key values Costco shoppers once cherished. 4. Bulk buying becomes a burden. Once seen as a cost-saving strength, Costco's bulk buying model is now becoming a real burden for many consumers. The idea of buying more to save money sounds logical, but reality shows otherwise, as needs, living spaces, and shopping habits have shifted significantly. For families in small apartments or compact urban homes, storing dozens of paper towel rolls, gallons of laundry detergent, or a dozen milk cartons is no longer practical. Not everyone has a garage, storage shed, or basement to hold such bulky hauls. Some joke that just finding space for a giant bottle of dish soap requires an afternoon of reorganizing. When storage runs out, products can spoil or go to waste, turning the promise of savings into the opposite. Moreover, modern consumer trends are shifting from long-term stockpiling to buying just enough fresh for the day. Young people, couples living alone, or small families prefer flexible shopping for meals or weekly needs. Buying a massive package only to use a fraction feels not just inconvenient but forced. Expired food, wilted produce, or unused products end up in the trash. And so, the idea of savings turns out to be an illusion. Additionally, some bulk package products don't suit real-world needs. For example, a giant box of toothpaste might take a year to use up, but by then, the user has switched brands. Items like snacks, candy, or soda, when bought in excess, can lead to unhealthy overconsumption. In many cases, buying in bulk comes with long-term downsides that few notice at first. And let's not forget, when a product is faulty, you don't just lose one item, you lose the whole pack. A case of off-tasting milk, a batch of torn paper towels, or a box of plastic containers with ill-fitting lids hits your wallet harder than buying single items. The feeling of buy more, save more is giving way to the fear of buy more, lose more. That's why more people hesitate when they see Costco's oversized packages on the shelves. 5. No longer relevant to younger generations. Costco was once the icon of an ideal consumer era, where large families in the suburbs, with cars and spacious storage, could enjoy efficient, cost-saving shopping. But society is changing faster than ever, and younger generations, especially those aged 25 to 40, no longer feel they belong in this shopping space. Modern young people embrace flexible, minimalist, and personalized lifestyles. They live in small urban apartments, often without a garage to store a year's worth of toilet paper or a freezer for a dozen chickens. Buying in bulk isn't just inconvenient. It's illogical when their living space barely fits clothes and basic kitchen gear. They don't want to choose between storing a giant box of cereal or making room for a new coffee maker. Beyond space, younger generations have entirely different shopping habits. They seek experiences, choosing based on emotions and trends rather than sticking to one product for months. They're used to online shopping, prioritizing convenience and speed over driving miles to a crowded warehouse and waiting in long checkout lines. What was once a shopping norm for their parents' generation now feels like a hassle to them. Another key factor is Costco's approach to technology. It's a slow website, glitchy app, and unfriendly online shopping experience that disappoints the digital generation. While platforms like Amazon, Shopee, or modern retail chains offer intuitive, smart, and personalized shopping, Costco feels outdated, bulky, and inflexible. Young people don't have time to manually enter membership codes or print return receipts, nor do they want to wrestle with a payment system that doesn't support their go-to digital wallets. 6. Frustrating checkout experience. One of the factors making shopping at Costco increasingly aggravating is the checkout process. During peak hours like weekends or afternoons, waiting to check out can take longer than picking out your items. Endless lines snake through the aisles, with customers pushing heavily loaded carts, trailing one after another. An exhausting and claustrophobic scene for anyone involved. While the store has dozens of checkout lanes, only half are typically open during busy times. The rest sit unused, as if they're just for display. Customers wait in frustration, especially those with only a few items, stuck behind carts piled high with toilet paper, frozen meat, and electronics. For elderly shoppers, pregnant women, or those with young children, this isn't just inconvenient, it affects their health and mood. The introduction of self-checkout machines was supposed to be a solution, but these machines often malfunction, especially with heavy, bulky items or products with unclear barcodes. Shoppers frequently need staff assistance, slowing down the process and causing further bottlenecks. The situation, where there's a machine but no one knows how to use it or it works but still needs a staff member to guide you, ends up being more frustrating than convenient. On top of that, the policy of checking membership cards at the entrance and receipts at the exit adds to the wait time. Stopping to show a card, present a receipt, and wait for staff to match every item isn't practical in today's fast-paced world. Instead of a quick and friendly shopping experience, it feels like passing through a security checkpoint, hardly the vibe of a welcoming retail environment. For business customers, who might stop by during a workday to grab a few bulk items, spending hours just to check out is a deal-breaker. For them, time is money. A clogged checkout system doesn't just test patience, it erodes trust among Costco's most loyal customers. 7. Disappointing online shopping experience. In an era where online shopping is a core part of modern life, consumers expect convenience, speed, and intelligence with every click. However, Costco's online shopping experience leaves many feeling let down. While competitors like Amazon and Walmart constantly refine their platforms to streamline the user journey, Costco's website and app seem stuck in an outdated, slow, and clunky era. From the start, Costco's website feels heavy and sluggish, often failing to load during peak hours. Searching for products is a hassle. You might type AA batteries and get results for birthday cakes, storage cabinets, and treadmills. Such poor search functionality leaves users exasperated, feeling like they're rummaging through a chaotic warehouse rather than enjoying a modern digital experience. It doesn't stop there. When customers try to add items to their cart, many features don't work properly on mobile devices. Some spend hours just to complete a simple order because the cart randomly clears, the interface repeats steps, or the system throws a payment error just as they hit the place order button. For a generation used to quick and seamless app interactions, these issues feel like a polite rejection from Costco. Worse still, there's a lack of consistency between online and in-store inventory. Some products listed as available online are out of stock in-store, or vice versa. Certain items even have noticeable price differences between the two platforms, with no explanation from the retailer. This confuses customers, erodes trust, and kills their enthusiasm for trying their luck again. Delivery, the feature so many rely on in the post-pandemic era, is another major weak point for Costco. While competitors offer same-day or 24-hour shipping, Costco orders can take up to a week to arrive. For essential items, this delay pushes customers to other platforms, even if it means paying slightly more. Finally, the online return process is far from smooth. Instead of doorstep support, customers must repackage items, print labels, contact shipping companies, or return to a warehouse, a cumbersome ordeal that defeats the purpose of shopping online in the first place. 8. Changing consumer habits, Costco fails to keep up. In a rapidly evolving retail world, slow adaptation can be a silent but harsh verdict. For today's consumers, especially younger ones, shopping habits have shifted dramatically. They no longer cling to a single store or remain fiercely loyal to one brand. Instead, they value flexibility, convenience, personalization, and a seamless blend of online and offline experiences. Unfortunately, Costco, once a symbol of smart shopping, is falling behind in the very game it used to dominate. One of the biggest shifts is the move towards small, quick, frequent purchases. Younger consumers aren't excited about filling carts to the brim, waiting in long checkout lines, and hauling bulk goods home like a weekend expedition. They want items that fit in a reusable tote, brought home by bike or delivery service, and used up in a few days. Urban lifestyles, limited living spaces, and tight schedules make Costco's bulk buying model, the heart of its identity, less relevant to them. Beyond that, younger shoppers crave personalization. They want a shopping experience tailored to their unique style, with product recommendations based on their preferences, and they value brands that understand them, not just sell to them. But Costco's approach remains one-size-fits-all, with no dedicated spaces for different customer groups or recommendation systems based on purchase history or behavior. This makes many young people feel disconnected and boxed into an outdated model. Moreover, expectations for a smooth digital experience aren't being met. While e-commerce platforms grow faster, sleeker, and more personalized, Costco's app and website remain slow, glitchy, and lacking in features. For a generation raised on smartphones, patience for a clunky experience is nearly non-existent. They'll abandon a site after just a few clicks if it feels inconvenient or outdated. More importantly, young people's spending mindset has shifted. They're willing to pay a few extra dollars to save time or choose sustainably sourced products, rather than being swayed solely by low prices. While Costco still focuses on great deals for buying in bulk, new customers are asking, "Do I need that much?" If the answer is no, they'll turn to retailers who understand their needs, not just what the store wants to sell. This disconnect between modern consumer habits and Costco's outdated operations is making the brand feel out of place for a large portion of potential customers. If Costco doesn't adapt quickly, this gap will only widen, turning its former strengths into burdens and leaving the brand behind in the very game it started. If you once saw Costco as the ideal spot for savings, you've probably noticed something changing. Smart consumers no longer choose where to shop based only on price. They also want a great experience and real value. If you want to stay updated with insightful analyses and smart shopping tips, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our next helpful video.